It's Dan here from Band. Hey, it's Dan here from Band Plans. Band Plan? Band?
Stop.
Hey, it's Dan here from Bad Plan Studios with Eli, and we're going to talk to you a little bit about the procedural generation in End of Ember and how it works, or whatever kind of stuff. If you haven't played End of Ember, and this is your first devlog, End of Ember is like a twin stick top-down shooter, like roguelite that's set. It's a little girl who gets sent to hell and accidentally, and then when she gets to hell, like, she's not registered, and then all hell breaks loose. Well, hell doesn't break loose. All girl breaks loose.
Yeah. So,
and it's a shooty game. You'll see because kind of thing.
Dan's the artist, I'm the programmer.
Yeah.
That's what you...
It's not procedurally generated. Like the levels are randomly generated. So basically, I draw a whole bunch of different rooms, and then the rooms are connected by a corridor kind of thing. Which is weird because so it randomly chooses a room, connects the corridor, and it can have you can have as many doors around the room as you want, but it just chooses which way to do. So the doors aren't on the rooms, the doors exist on the corridor. So it can go, plonk the corridors in and plonk the room. So
I just thought, should we explain what you actually, so you're talking about rooms because that's a part of development we're up to.
Yes.
With the project, so the rooms are basically like sections of the level where...
Yeah, it's kind of like battles rooms.
Yeah, where an event will happen or something will happen, like waves of enemies or a puzzle or something like that.
Yeah, you get locked in there and you have to fulfill a task before you get let out, kind of thing. So it's the same style as like Zelda Dungeons, kind of thing.
We're about Isaac's.
Yeah, which is based on the Zelda Dungeons.
And we're like, so we're kind of getting onto that part of rebuilding the project now.
Yeah, so people know that we have the prototype, but the prototype is the prototype. Now the game's getting rebuilt into the demo. The prototype was programmed mostly by me, who's not very good, and Eli's come in as a real programmer, and we're building it from the bottom up and just making it always work well. And so he knows what's going on, so he doesn't have to fish through code that he hasn't dealt with, and just make it all run smooth and not have any frame rate problems, and just make everything easier to make. So once we get it all in there again, we can make new stuff faster.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, that's the end goal, yes, to try and just to improve the overall game and make it easier to kill bugs, stuff like that.
Streamline productivity.
Yeah.
But so and then we got these rooms, and I've based them. We call them rooms. Based them on. I'm just basically the original idea was to have Ember was going through hell. She's broken into hell, and she was originally the idea was that she was passing through other people's personal hell. So these are rooms that represent someone where they've been trapped in hell and they've gone through a personal hell. So, and that's kind of where I started. And I was I was doing rooms spiders, all the things that people were scared of. So spiders, I had a room made out of skin, and all the skin had holes in it. Because there's what's that thing called, Chad? Where people are afraid of holes?
I don't think it's that.
Look that up. Fear of holes on the internet. Look that up. It's an actual phobia. Fear, and so I made a room like that. Trypophobia, that's it. I made I basically made all the phobia rooms, and then from that, because of my love of horror, I was like, you know what? I also want to homage horror that I love and stuff like that, and they could still be people's personal hell, because heaps of people have a horror movie that's man, I was so scared of that when I was younger, or I still am, and that could be a place I thought that people could get trapped in hell, is their worst horror film that they've seen, because that's something that they have fears of. So it's about your fears. And I went from that. So then I started homaging the stuff I love, like Evil Dead and The Exorcist and the Saw movies and Alien and and then I started homaging other horror franchises. So I've got Silent Hill in there and little stuff like that. Just little nods. They're not just little homages.
Yeah.
They're the love of horror, the homage. And then I didn't realize that gave this deep attachment to a lot of these levels, and all these people that love collecting VHSs is a massive collection things, and the horror VHS crew and all that community were oh, that's fucking sick, and they latched onto that. So it's just this nice thing, and also it's just what I wanted to make kind of thing. What about so Eli's rebuilding the room structures. He's getting into that. So tell us a little bit about that. Spawn stuff, the nitty gritty. People want to hear about the nitty gritty.
Yeah, well, Gotta get a chance to talk.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, so just that the part I'll probably work on first is the dungeon generation, which is like the corridors, rooms, how that all links together, so it randomly builds a level. And then I'll move on to like the spawning of enemies and stuff like that, or puzzles, whatever, so that
and getting like the doors to work and stuff
close,
close.
all that sort of stuff, and then and just like it would be really good just to get a really nice game loop going pretty quickly. So
Again.
adding the rooms in will help that and just give a bit of substance.
And we'll take out all those bugs that we had in the prototype. Like,
yeah, and just make new ones.
Yeah, make new beautiful bugs.
Yeah.
Bug collectors. But yeah, that's basically kind of like
That's where we're at the moment.
Yeah, and we're not actually doing. We're using. This is like one of the tools that we are using is like the Edgar engine.
Oh yeah.
Which is a procedural generation thing, but we're not using it as procedural generation. We're kind of using its level graphs and stuff. So level graphs are like, if you don't know what they are, they're kind of like representation of what the level will look like. So I want a certain amount of rooms maybe, and like certain rooms connected to certain rooms. So you have, if you want to, every level you want to have a shop in there, and you have to have your boss room and your start level.
So it defines like the parameters and stuff, like the options you want to have in that room, and then builds it out. And then like you could have a room that's random, or you could just have it be a specific room if you wanted.
Yeah,
so,
and so
cool.
Yeah, we've been using that, and that's cut off a lot of time and something we didn't really need to do because it was such a well-crafted thing. Good on you, Edgar people. And so we've been using that, and it's just been going along really well, kind of thing. And it's coming along faster than I thought it would, so that's nice. I'm still like bringing stuff in, from the old project, and I have to like strip out all its coding and stuff. And
we're just trying to keep the assets, like the art specifically, and a lot of the effects, sounds, and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, because you don't need to redo all that kind of stuff.
No.
It all works out. And people were like, they get a bit shattered when they're like, "Oh, you're rebuilding it." I said, "No, all the art's going to be in there. Don't worry about it."
That was one room. He was like, "It's like, no, we're keeping the art, man.
Yeah,
we're trying to make it basically a clone of the original idea, but just make it a little bit like smoother."
Smoother, yeah. Anyway, so that's all what we're going to talk about today. So if you guys want to help us out, you can follow us on our Discord. We're trying to make a community at the moment. Communities help a lot for indie game developers and that to get it out there, at their game. So if no one knows about your game, they're not going to buy it, kind of thing. And we are, we're first releasing on Steam. So we're gonna we're trying to get as many wish lists together. So to get wish lists together, we have to get a community. So this is the part where we're building our community. We also want a community anyway because we want people to like tell us what shit about our game.
We just like you guys too.
And like we want
gives us a bit of energy and
if you want to become one of the very first people to like playtest like things and that's what you do over on our Discord. And if this is on YouTube, you're watching it, there'll be a link in the description. And if it's one of the other ones, it'll be like, if you're watching on TikTok, it'll be in our profile, etc., etc. Instagram, Facebook. I don't know if the people who are using Facebook won't know how to use the video anyway, so it's fine. Yeah. But that's it for us. We'll see you guys next time with another devlog. Bye.
Cool. Thanks for watching.